The EVM side chain for the XRP system is now live. What does it mean? How does the tech work? Are projects moving to the XRP system already? In this movie, I'll answer all of those questions and a lot more. The EVM side chain for the XRP system just went live. This could be very important, but what is it? How does it make the XRP record worth more? Last year, I talked about this on stage with David Schwartz, who is the CTO of Ripple. Read this to learn more, but first, the background. You have to have one, right? Smart contracts have been something that the XRP system has been missing for a while now. Not enough to kill you on its own. This could even be thought of as a benefit, but they're still missing, like a DAX, but the XRP record at layer 1 can't really be programmed right now. You can find things like a DAX and NFTs among its many fixed features. You can't do something that can't be done with the fixed methods right now, though. Yes, okay. That's not true anymore thanks to the EVM side chain. Not on the main net of the XRP Ledger, but on a kind of sister blockchain. It lets developers write smart contracts with the special logic they need for their own apps. I think that will be the place to go for the long tail of projects that need features that no one else does, and that they can't get everyone else to build as a low-level layer 1 feature because it doesn't make sense for most people. We'll take care of the EVM side chain. I think I agree with that. Then he's on 4 here, asks, what does this mean for the XRP Ledger? Does Ethereum power the EVM sidechain? Not at all. XRP rules here. The sidechain runs on XRP and the army rate for XRP. The XRP record mainnet is still the place where transactions and cash are made. It's the point where everything ends up. Let's watch this video. What is your big picture plan for how the XRP Ledger will work with other ecosystems? In an ideal world, the XRP record would be where all the money is kept and transactions are processed. This is also the future I believe is most likely to come true, but I think it's a hub in an environment with other hubs and many spokes. Maybe you're not too interested in payments, but if you're selling something, people still need to be able to buy it. When you give out loans, people still need to be able to pay them back. As it stands, we live in a world with many assets. Anyone who thinks that one asset will take over the whole world is living in the far, far future. Because of this, we will need cash. We will need the ability to work together. All of those things will need to be real. In terms of a sector, I'd like to see the XRP Ledger fit into the payment and liquidity space. And that's where most of the features on the XRP Ledger are focused. The DEX has features like escrow, payment routes, the AMM, and Pathfinder. The issued assets also have features like these. A little more over here. For me, this EVM side chain is exciting because it could be the way for new workers to get into the XRP hierarchy. This is really cool. The XRP Ledger didn't have smart contracts for a long time. Yesterday, I was in a room and this came up because they didn't know if Ripple would win the SEC case. Developers have been afraid to build on the XRP system for the past few years because many people didn't think they would. Ripple was able to get through that, you know? They didn't get away with it. They had to pay a fine and do what the judge said. But I think they're happy with what they got so far. Having the EVM sidechain means that many builders and chains will come to the XRP Ledger to build or move over because it works well and has a lot of liquidity. The XRP Ledger ecosystem is what makes this possible, and I think you guys are one of the best and biggest communities of any crypto project in the world. Please understand how great you are. I believe you are the best. Okay, I'm excited about the EVM sidechain because it's at the top of the funnel and brings new developers into the XRP Ledger environment. This is where people can be creative and try new things, which will raise the value of XRP Ledger. I came up with a theory since Dave and I met. Would you be okay with it if developers were drawn to the EVM sidechain and then finally made their way into the XRP Ledger if it's just for payments or a few very specific uses that they're putting their attention on, and the EVM sidechain could be the ecosystem's front end that looks like one top of a tube to me. I also think The other way around could happen. There may be people in the XRP Ledger ecosystem who need smart contracts for long tail use cases. One of the great things about the EVM sidechain is how easy it is to hire people who have dealt with EVM before. And if you want to learn how to use a tool for smart contracts, EVM is pretty much the standard. It's how you get in. If you think about it, that tube could work either way. One great thing about the EVM sidechains is that they give you two ways to get into the XRP record. And I think it makes sense that those use cases will move to the XRP Ledger Layer 1 if it is better for payments and liquidity. In that case, I think it's clear that the flow could go either way. Both plans make sense to me, though. It's possible to see the EVM sidechain as adding value to the XRP Ledger in both of these ways. We also have an EVM-compatible sidechain. Man, that's a great thread. Oh my goodness, this is so full of useful knowledge. I hope you're having fun. Please click like and leave a comment below if you find this useful. Are you sure that the EVM sidechain will make a difference? If you ask me this question, I would say yes, with no doubt. I think there will be projects that need both XRP and low-cost cryptocurrencies like RLUSD to work. There will be less RLUSD or XRP on the open market if you lock up more of it. The open market has less XRP. On the open market, XRP will be worth more. Now is more than ever the best time to build the XRP Ledger community and get in. Is the easy app. I think you get it. You could also use Peersys. I know they have some links too. For now, let me play this future of banking for you. We'll talk more about it now. A lot of people are coming to the environment, as you said, about the EVM sidechain with these 80,000 devs. That's it. A great deal of coders are going to learn. 80,000 coders are learning how to use the EVM sidechain. A lot of coders are going to start coming in. Why will that make a difference? Man, I don't know, but I'm excited. What is your personal favorite thing for people who are just learning about XRP for the first time to check out, besides all of your videos? It's funny because the way I learned is very different from how most people do it. And the source is how I learned things. Like when I first started to learn about Bitcoin, I did it by ripping apart the code. There was a problem with the software at the time. I took a certain coding task. I told them I would fix it and learn how to use the code. That doesn't work, you know? Some people might not be able to read specs very well. Still, it's clear that there are a lot of web pages about the XRP system. Also, if you want to learn more about theory, virtual machines, and smart contracts on them, this is where I have to put my list of shoutouts. There are XRP grants. So if you want to build something and have an idea, I have over 140 projects, which I should have remembered, and 1 billion XRP pledged to those funds. Also, please visit Apex. Okay, let's do this. Let's keep going. Let's go on with this. I want to show you a lot more. A lot of the same things are coming out from EVM. This launch is important. We already talked about some of that, but they added more below. This isn't just about Ethereum's power. Cosmos, SDK, and IBC were used to build the XRP EVM. It is the first bridge of its kind between the three important blockchains, XRP, EVM, and Cosmos. That's really big.